Wow.
Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer 463. I gotta think about this one a little bit.
Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer
You know,
463.
it doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer.
I know. I obviously have a window open somewhere. There.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah.
That was me. I'm the idiot. Okay, so we got that out of the way. 463. What are you gonna do? It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? For those that didn't know, because it was like at the very tail end of our almost 3-hour show last week, we had a visit from the chairman. Not to take away from the malt liquor report, but Bum, you want to give any thoughts on the chairman giving an official visit in the chat? Should we send him a link?
I don't think it would be a good idea to send the chairman a link. God knows what could happen.
Yeah. Moving forward, do you think at some point we'll have to send him a link and make him part of the show?
No, and I can tell you right now, Joe.
Do we need to make another segment?
No. First of all, the chairman is against Google Hangouts.
Oh, wow.
He will not participate in Google Hangouts.
Well, I think
he will get in the chat and troll the chat, but he does not participate in Google Hangouts.
Well, that is participating in Google
Hangouts. And I will remind you what he has said numerous times in the past. His saying is Google Hangouts, where washed up YouTube video makers go to die.
So we're on death row. So this is actually death row, and we didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Dead man walking.
To die and didn't know it. So that reminds me of back in the day when I was
you fat piece of shit.
Still hauling meat. And I go to the meat, to the slaughterhouse, and the cows that were in line for slaughter would look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, you know where you're at? Because like, you ain't got very long, son. And they're looking at me like, you poor dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you guys.
Yeah, if they're relaxed, Ham says if they're relaxed before they die, that's good meat.
Yeah, they were chill, that's for sure. Because, they were like, man, you sure are strange. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at them like, fool, you about to die. And they just...
You fat piece of shit.
care.
Well, remember what they used to say about carnation milk? It was decades ago. Milk from contented cows.
Yeah.
A better quality product if your livestock is not aware that they're going to be electrocuted.
I think what they did was they gave their cows special hay.
Mm-hmm.
Hay.
They gave them the hey.
Yeah. Something going on in that hay.
Because there's hay mixed with grass, and that just ain't your regular grass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Earth. Oh, that's where I forgot to send a link to. I apologize, my friend.
Hey, Earth.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. What's happening? That is hilarious that comes up again, because that exact thing comes up sometimes during the week for me.
The what's happening references. Hey.
Yeah, the hey. And sometimes I'll walk in and I'll tell the dispatcher, who's, I don't know, probably 27-ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell her, hey, and she just thinks it's so funny. And then one day I explained to her, you realize that's a reference to what's happening. And she's like, yeah, I know what's up. And I'm like, no, literally, what's happening was a show on TV.
and then you say rerun, and she's like, no, I never saw the reruns.
Yeah. They just don't get it. So,
Oh,
getting back to beer, though, man. Earth, what are you drinking, my friend? Back to beer. We never even got on beer. We didn't even start with beer.
I'm drinking the
to beer.
Bourbonnator from Sudwork Brewing.
Bourbonnator. Wow, that sounds fantastic.
Bourbon barrel aged Doppelbock.
oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, baby.
Would you say Sudwork Brewing?
Yes, sir.
Oh wow.
Out of Davis, California.
Davis, California. Where is Davis? I've heard of that before. You know?
That's more north in California.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like between Sacramento and the Bay Area.
Okay. Yeah, because I've heard of Davis.
Sacramento and Vallejo. Davis is like right in between there.
I bet you I've been to Davis, and I'm like, that's why I've heard of it, because I've been there. Hello.
Yeah.
You know me. I do that a lot. Like, where have I heard of that before? Because you've been there, stupid. That's why. That's why
I think they get a lot of snow up there too.
What's up, y'all?
There's this place called Phoenix. Man, that sounds familiar. God, Albuquerque sounds so familiar, man. Why does that? Duh. Bourbonnator, we've got 2,000 ratings on here, 16 in the last 30 days, 9% ABV, 40 IBU, a 3.83 bottle cap rating. That's pretty damn solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really tasty.
Oof. Just a name. That is a great name, isn't it? Bourbonnator.
It is.
It is. That's a great name. I like the label too. Check that out.
Yeah, the lady at my bottle shop was telling me that it's pretty rare for them to release it. So every time she gets a chance, she'll grab it up from them.
Oh, so this is a rare beer.
It's not super rare, but they don't release it every time for distribution, at least in my area. So,
Oh, wow. So it's even when it does get bottled, it might stay pretty local.
yeah, they might not send it out to all the different places.
Bottles much.
That's awesome. So what do you get out of it?
It's definitely tons of toffee, caramel. You're getting some toasted coconut char off the barrel. But it's really sweet. You get the sweet malts,
So
a light bit of smoke.
Is it real bourbon heavy though? Is it hot?
It's not. It's not. It's very balanced.
That's nice. I like that.
It's actually a little bit subdued from the base beer.
Oh, okay.
So you're getting the maltiness a little bit more than the bourbon comes through, so it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, I like this.
Very well balanced.
The brewers allowed the beer to hibernate until it was time to uncage the beastly blend of flavors, including vanilla, coconut, hints of bourbon, chocolate. I like the way you see, even in the description, hints of bourbon.
Oh yeah, they say it.
I mean that says it right there. Like that was their intention, to have a bourbon-aged beer, but not have bourbon be in the front.
The coconut's pretty prominent. It's
really nice.
Coconut.
You get a pretty decent amount of coconut.
So do they actually add coconut to the beer?
I don't know if they do, but I mean, if it's coming from the char of the barrel, then it's pretty impressive because it's pretty pronounced.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Expensive.
not one of those things you get from. Well, it depends on what kind of bourbon, but that doesn't seem like that's one of those flavors you get from a barrel. But
yeah, no, this was like $10.99 for a bomber.
Okay, that's not too bad.
That's
It's very reasonable.
Yeah. Bomber too. Yeah. So that's
No, it's really good.
my area.
I would actually recommend this one.
Sounds tasty.
I'm gonna look it up at my Total Wine here and see. Total Wine has it. One before this date, a little before that date, just like a couple days. Not too far before that date, but a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot of toffee, caramel, and coconut.
Damn, not
A little char,
Mhm.
and the bourbon's in the background. It's just kind of supporting everything else.
Mhm.
Yeah, $10 a bottle, limited quantity. Not available in your area, loser. You can't get it, loser. It should just tell you that right off the bat. You're a loser. You live in a bad
Nerd.
sucks, son. Right? Yeah.
Now you shouldn't even be allowed to even see it if you can't get it at your
I
store.
know,
Huh?
right? Like,
Yeah.
White teas.
yeah, that's a total D tease, right? B
That's when you
tease.
got to trade. You can do some trades.
It's a total beer tease right there, man. Right? Elk Grove, California. And Tom, how you doing, my friend? You're coming from a different locale right now, right? Not the normal.
Yeah. I have a party in the background. I just wanted to show my face.
Oh,
This is. Oh.
you were showing
Oh.
your face. Now you're just like some blue dude, like from Vegas or something. Did you join the Blue Men?
He played in the Blue Man Group.
Yeah, you're just a blue avatar at this point. Just some Google picture. You're part of the, what does he call him? Ruben. The what does he say? The ISIS. You're
ISIS.
part of ISIS now, man.
You can't see me?
No, man. You're invisible.
Uh,
Dude.
That's messed up.
You're a
Yeah,
super.
you're just an avatar, bro.
You're a superhero right now.
I'm
man.
just a sucker right now.
We can't even see you, man.
You
You're like
can't see me.
Panther or something. What's that superhero that disappears? You can't even see him. You're that.
Flash?
You're that guy. That guy. Have you heard of that guy? Is that guy a superhero? Is that guy an actual superhero? Or is it just some word we say? Just that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, you're that guy. Tom's that guy. Hey, we got Rajay in the chat. What are you drinking, by the way, there, Tom? Any good beverages at that party? I mean, come on.
He's gone silent now.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm drinking the pseudo Sue from another one of the pseudo Sues from Toppling Goliath.
Soodling Sue?
Yes, TSEU. I'm just happy that they chose Massachusetts to ship out to. I was grateful for that.
That's a good party for drinking Toppling Goliath.
Yeah, they don't ship like a crazy amount. They only ship like 3 variants of 3 different kinds of brews.
Mm-hmm.
Do a bunch more. But it's just cool to see that them shipping across the country, showing that in the near future they will be shipping the far.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shipping a little farther. Where's Toppling Goliath out of California, right?
No.
No, they're out of Idaho.
Who the
No,
hell?
they're out of
Idaho.
Yeah, they were
Nice! Because I am
They're out
not.
of Iowa.
Right? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
No, they're out of Iowa. Idaho just south. I think it's Iowa.
Yeah, they were the one at the Great American Beer Fest that had like this gigantically huge line. It was, yeah.
Yeah, we actually at the end, I believe you and your brother went somewhere, and I seen that they had a short line, so I went to grab a couple samples for me and Joe, and we tried the pseudo Sue, and it wasn't that great there.
Yeah.
It wasn't good at all, actually, but it's a lot better fresh.
Yeah.
I haven't had any.
That's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of these festivals. Like you go to them, but everything's not 100% fresh, so you're not really getting the full experience.
you don't know a lot of things. You go to a big beer fest like that. Maybe some of the smaller fests might be different, but the big one, you just don't know a lot of things. You don't know how well the keg was kept. You don't know how long that beer's been sitting in that open pitcher until they pour it for you. So it's really tough, you know.
And I think the kegs have to get there like 5 weeks before, a couple, maybe 3-4 weeks before.
I think
so. It's like
that.
you're not getting exactly what they want you to get.
Yeah, it's tough, and even then, you don't know how they were kept. You don't know, you know. So, I mean, as many vendors as they have for that, you don't know how well. Like some of these breweries are so small that they're sending 1 5-gallon keg, or maybe a full keg, but only 1 or 2 or 3 of a particular beer. And there's got to be, dozens of breweries like that. How are those beers getting handled? You know, those kegs. So, how are the kegs getting handled? And then. If
and they know they got a rush too, so that's not a good thing.
It's just now there was plenty of breweries that had big tubs of ice and had bombers sitting in tubs of ice, and they're cracking bombers. Now you're getting a pretty decent, you're getting a pretty decent sample of that beer, But the ones where
they had some good beef jerky. Remember the beef jerky?
Yeah,
jerky.
There a couple times.
Yeah,
the Great American Jerky Festival.
Yeah,
that seems like a different festival. I don't know.
Isn't that one like outside of Vegas? 239,000 ratings for this one, 4,700 in the last 30 days. A little bit of a popular beer. 6.8% ABV, 50 IBUs, 4.22.
There we
go. Yeah.
Tom, that's a pretty low rating for you, man. You all right? How's that party?
Something wrong with me, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting...
Better go to the doctor and get a checkup, man.
That's right. No, this is an awesome beer, man. This is. I'm just happy to find it, man. Not like you have some beers that just recently come into your area, and the first 6 months, it's always flying off the shelf. It's always fresh, and then after that, it's just always sitting there.
Yeah.
This is what that beer is right now, but I'm hoping people always keep buying it. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I mean it's that good of a beer that people should keep buying it. But I hate to see beers sitting there just wasted, because I'll never buy them, personally.
Personally, I had high hopes for that beer. It came out, I think last year we got a hold of it, and my first attempt at it was already about 2 months old, and it wasn't very good. And I had another shot at it, tried it again. I still kind of had the same feeling. Everybody loves that beer, Pseudo Sue, and for me, I just can't seem to get a good one yet. So I'll give it another shot sometime.
Yeah, we
sounds like you got to get it.
At some point, you'll get a decent one.
Hopefully, I can get it. As it's supposed to be. Enjoy.
It's not like the most amazing ever, but it's like it's like a nice. Like a pale ale, dry hop IPA, like a dry hop pale ale, it's just nice. You just got to get it fresh within like 3-4 weeks. That's basically what we're getting now.
Yeah.
So far, I don't think that's happened over here.
I wonder what the chairman.
Special
thinks.
fuck you shout out to Joe D. And the rest of crap.
Still alive.
I wonder what he thinks, man. And Mark, what do you think, my friend?
I am having another beer from Trader Joe's.
Oh,
Joseph's Brow Summer Brew. It's their Kolsch.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Good warm weather beer.
Yeah, very nice. 4.8%.
How do they spell Joseph's Brew?
JOSEPHSBRAU.
Okay, BRA.
Yeah, summer brew.
New sugar.
Seriously?
That's a nice light beer.
What the fuck are you doing?
That was excellent.
Let's share there, man. What are you talking about?
Dude, this is sheriff beer, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Please. If you don't know, you better recognize, right?
It does recognize, man. Let's share beer, my peeps.
What are you doing on those internet webs?
Looking at me like I'm a three-legged dog. Yo, woo, 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 woo. This guy.
Women don't understand.
Y'all watch him, man. They can't see us right now. No, but
Yeah, at least the party's lively.
You know what? Like, we've got to give, you know what?
Some bodyguard, man.
But we got to give Pam a lot of credit. You know, we've got the boss on the other side there sitting off camera almost every week. And we got to give a big
Earmuffs on.
Yeah, with extra large earmuffs, like high quality earmuffs, actually. Like some of the best quality. She could give earmuff reviews, for Christ's sake, you know, to tune out the share beer. And she sticks in there every week, man, sitting off camera every week. We got to give Pam a big cheers, man.
There you go.
Big cheers.
that's dilly dilly right there.
That's dilly dilly right there. We got to give Pam a big dilly dilly.
Dilly.
And I'm sure Pam is loving having the camera put on her
Oh, yeah.
unexpectedly.
Yeah. 28 years of marriage. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she posed for the camera and everything, man. You got to give it. You got to give it to her, man. That is awesome, man. So a big dilly dilly to Pam right there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dilly dilly.
Oh yeah, dilly dilly.
Dilly, man.
You realize how horrible.
I have to remind everybody that there's no show on what is it, Mark?
June 2nd?
June 2nd.
Okay.
No show June 2nd. The reason there's no show is there's going to be a little Joe D going to Atlanta visit happening, man.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that's why there's no show. So.
Is there going to be some video from that visit?
There will assumedly be some men on video doing stuff.
Cool. Cool.
There's
Some
gonna
mealy stuff.
there's gonna be men on video doing things, baby.
Pam. Now you should see Pam's face.
That guy. That
she
guy. How come I don't see Bobo in the chat? I mean, you would have thought that would have got a Bobo reaction big time, right?
He'd be all over
it. Yeah, so it's about time that I go to the East Coast and visit old Mark, man. So that'll be happening that weekend for sure. So looking forward to that.
Hey, Joe D, I might get off. I need to get going, but I hope you guys have a great week.
Okay, man. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it, man.
Cheers, Tom.
Y'all
See you,
doing?
Tom.
All right.
See you later, guys.
Tom was getting a hard time over there, as you can hear.
That was
yeah.
I can't wait to go back and watch the replay because I think I missed some stuff there.
I wish that it wasn't just the avatar, that we could have saw what was happening there. Because
Well, I've got a picture on my mind. He's like over in the corner holding the phone up, and his girl comes around the corner and she's, "Are you serious?" You know?
because it was, that's what I would. I wish I could have seen the reaction because the audio of the reaction was fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it was like, seriously? I just picture like this, like, are you kidding me? Like the finest chick you've probably ever seen in your life. And she's like, seriously? Like all of this for that? Like what? You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Dudes are like, yeah, of course. Duh, it's share a beer.
What's the problem?
What could be the problem? So yeah, that is great, man. So yeah, I would have loved to have seen that reaction because you could just hear the reaction like, huh? Seriously? Like what the hell? Duh, we're international here, man.
Right.
What are you kidding me? Like it's seriously
there's a royal wedding and then there's share a beer. I mean,
they actually cut off the footage of the royal wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So they could watch share a beer, dude.
For sure.
Please.
Megan and Harry are watching share a beer right now.
Yeah. It was like have the royal wedding, consummate the royal wedding, share a beer.
Share a beer.
Right? I mean, that's the way that works.
You guys don't know the half of it. You just,
Mark, what do you got, bro?
I finished up my Joseph's Brow.
Oh yeah, Joseph's Brow. Yeah.
4.8%, super easy drinking Kolsch. Nothing great, nothing bad. The standard Trader Joe's beer. A notch above. You know, definitely not a macro, but not quite craft.
Man, Trader Joe's has a bunch of different beers, huh?
Oh, they keep coming out with stuff. I mean, they do a good job. And it's all their stuff is pretty reasonable. It's all less than $7 a 6-pack for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I've been noticing that. Well, I finally went to Costco last weekend, and I noticed that they had like big packs, some sort of new packs of their own beer.
Oh yeah, they came out with a mix pack, like a mixed case.
Yeah.
They've got a couple different varieties in there, I think. I haven't bought it. I haven't bought their case in a while. A case of their beer in a while.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really there for that, so I didn't. You know, I just kind of skipped over it. You know what I'm saying? And I had already had a huge beer haul that same day anyway. So, you know, I just wasn't in the mood to buy any more beer.
Yeah.
But in any case, I'm going to finish up some of the last of my Fullers. Our friends from Fullers of London reached out and sent me this 2008 vintage. I posted a review. Wow. Their 2008 vintage ale. Limited edition, of course, and it's numbered. All these are numbered. They make 140,000 bottles every year, and this one is 110,899. So pretty cool, man. Really enjoying this beer. This is the last of it. They do say it's bottle condition, so as the years go by, right now it's about up to here, but still got, this is basically a 16.5-ounce bottle. Not a bomber, not a fifth by any means, but pretty.
500 milliliter.
What was that?
500 milliliter.
Is that 500 milliliters?
Yeah, I think
or is it 750? Is it 25 point something ounces?
No.
16.9.
16.9.
Yeah, that's 500.
Yeah.
500. Okay, so that's 500. For someone to reach out to you and tell you we're going to send you a 10-year-old vintage ale, I mean, wow, you know what I'm saying? And they, it was their tribute to the royal wedding. And one thing didn't dawn on me till I started, researching the beer. Was 2008 was the recession for the world. So this beer was made 10 years ago during the recession. The beginning of the recession there. So that's another, momentous occasion. I mean, whether you want to remember it or not, it happened. Changed a lot of people's lives. So now that this beer is completely room temperature, when I reviewed it, it had been out of the fridge maybe a half hour or so. It's so smooth, man. It really is. It has still some toffee notes. It has that slight little chocolate taste. It's 8.5% ABV, so it's not super boozy or anything like that. It's really mellow. It drinks super smooth, really, really easy, like you would expect a old British ale to drink. It's even sweet, if I dare say. It's slightly chocolatey. It's really toffee. There's a lot of caramel notes and toffee in there, and then that slight dark fruit sort of aginess that you get in a beer once it's 10 years old. But man, this is amazing that they would send me a beer that's aged 10 years. I think that is so freaking cool.
Yeah, that sounds like a good drink.
I mean, looks a little super cloudy and stuff like that. Now, this is going to be the final pour. This is the one with all the sediment. So here we go, guys. You see the stuff that flew into there.
That's good.
Looks like an old ale.
It's definitely, look at that. It's definitely medium to light bodied. In the glass, doesn't drink heavy at all. It drinks super smooth. Now that one smells a little more boozy for some reason. A little more aged fruit, if you will.
Well, like as Mark calls them, you have all the yum yums in it now.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste too much different at all to me. It's, tastes the same. I mean, it is smooth, guys. I'm not even kidding you. It's like, God, like, especially once you shake it around and you get those nice bubbles going again. It's like the end of a malt shake smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that kind of smooth. The very end of a malt shake, those last couple of sips that you can manage to get. It's that type of smooth. It has that nice, thick, light texture kind of, and it's a little slightly sweet, and that toffee and that kind of chocolatey toffee, caramelly, like that, like the when you make your own caramel in the pot there in the pan, and it's you let it get a little more toasty than you should. You know what I'm saying? You get that. Yeah, a little more caramelized. Perfect. So you get that little bit more caramelly taste, caramelized taste with the toffee, and there's a little hint of chocolate. Oh, it's so good, man. It is fantastic.
What do you think the price is on that if you had a chance to actually buy it?
Ooh, let's see. Let me see if Total Wine will let me dial it up. Let's see, man. Let me see.
That's got to be $16-18 easy.
Yeah, I think it would be a little.
It's not showing. Let me share the screen here real quick. It's not showing me a price on that one.
I'd be hard pressed to find an '08.
I know I can buy. I just typed in vintage ale. Let me see if Fuller's. It's obviously not going to be a 2008 vintage, but here we go. 10.99. Not available in my area, so it's got to be one of the latest vintages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably a couple of years, I would think. 15, 16, maybe 16 or 17.
The 17 is the last year they have on their website, so I would imagine, it's got to be a 16 or 17.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You said yours was what? 5? What percentage was it?
Mine is 8.5.
Okay, yeah.
So, 8.5%. I mean, the last one they sent me was a 2014 vintage, which was pretty fresh because they sent it a couple years ago. That was a couple years ago they reached out to me already. I was still in the hotel, if you remember. I did that review, and they reached out to me. And we've had a couple of emails back and forth, just keeping in touch sort of thing. But yeah, when they reached out and were like, yeah, we want to send you 3 beers. And I'm like, hello, sure. You know what I'm saying? And I did not expect 2008 10-year-old beer. That is fantastic. I can't imagine what that would cost. I really can't. Let me see if I can Google that. 2008.
I was just kind of guesstimating based on looking at similar stuff in my area, like the old stock ales that are like 2014s or something like that. Those prices are marked up. So I'd assume that one would be at least like 16 or 17 bucks.
So let me see. Yeah, just to see how. Now that Earth mentioned, I am kind of curious. Nothing.
Yeah, that might be a rare vintage too. So who knows?
I mean, it's 10 years old. I mean, anybody that has a bottle that you've got to have several in order to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, why would you sell it? Vintage. Here's eBay. Let's see. Maybe they have it. Well, let's see. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, there's. You're just not going to find any. And it's funny too because they make 140,000 bottles every year, and that sounds like a lot, and it is a big number. It's a big number. Like for Zach, like if you produced 140,000 bottles, that would crush you, right?
What?
140,000 bottles of something every year.
That's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit. I mean,
like
for
Bomber?
a brewery old as old as Fuller's, it's not too bad.
How many ounces?
16.9.
40,000.
So it's 500 milliliters.
That's good. Good.
Yeah, that's a lot of bottles. I'm trying to figure out how many gallons.
It's a crap load, right? It's there's Bobo. Where was Bobo earlier?
He showed up for the
early
report.
Yeah, got Lance the Lush in there too, man.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I'm finishing up my vintage ale, and there's that much of my vintage ale total. That's all I got left. So I'm going to save that to the very, very end. I am drinking, though, Mark knows because he was in the pre-show, Diet Coke. I'm in a Diet Coke mode right now. Wait for it. Mixed with the Kraken, baby. Drinking the octopus today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, it's not really a beer type of day. This is you got to go for the 95 proof today. You know, Diet Coke is real good rum. You know, it's that kind of day. There's no one tapped for this. That's what's unfortunate about it. But I've heard a rumor that the malt liquor report might have a little bit more to it this week. What do you say there, Bum?
Well, let me set up Billy D. And before I get my
There's the
show drink here, I do want to let you know that I need you to stall for about 20 seconds while I get my actual beer out of the freezer actually. But I am proud to announce Cigar City has finally made its way to Pittsburgh this past week. I have been hearing about Cigar City for years, and this past week my jaw dropped when I found it available. So I drank some High Life on draft today before the show, and a couple days ago I bought a 6-pack of the Maduro Brown Ale, and oh my God, is this great! Oh my God, is this great!
So that's a solid brown ale.
Yeah,
oh my God, yes.
Yeah, no, it's a good.
Now,
And Cigar City, anybody else hears it? Oh yeah, sure, Cigar City. That's a big deal with coming to Pittsburgh. Finally,
It's because they're owned by Oscar Blues now.
right.
Well, Oscar Blues isn't even owned by Oscar Blues. Fireman's Holding Company. So they'll be in all 50 states
sooner enough, right? Yeah. Which I look forward to because I'm the same way. I've heard about Oscar Blues for
God's sakes, Joe, Yingling for you. Yingling.
Yingling, the one time that I've had Yingling, it was a big deal because I had one bottle one time. And that's my only experience with Yingling. That beer was so solid, I would have it all the time. If it was a stock beer here, I would have it in the fridge all the time.
Yeah.
To me, it's that solid beer. It's not gonna wow you or nothing, but it's solid session beer. Solid.
Yeah.
So just with the math that I did for you real quick.
Yeah.
That beer, that'd be 596 barrels of beer. So you guys probably see kegs better. That's 1,192 kegs.
Oof.
Which is about or a little bit more of what I'll make in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, that's
so not super limited.
Yeah, well, that's a limited beer for a brewery that's been around since 1845. I mean, that's London's largest independent brewery, is what they like to say. So for them to reach out and send me a 10-year-old bottle that's incredible to me. What do you got there, Bum?
Okay, you ready?
Yep, yes,
Well,
sir. I'm ready.
That Cigar City, as great as it was for me to find it this week, it's chicken feed compared to what I'm about to drink. You boys ready?
Yeah.
I have a Colt 45 high gravity malt liquor.
Oh.
In a glass can. 24 ounces, 8.5%. God help me.
Whoa. Okay. Here we go.
And I'm going to make sure, in case the chairman or Jay Vega is watching, I'm all set up here. I got Billy D's pedestal, which is normally over here, is over here now. I'm going to do a blueprint worthy video. Here we go. I'm going to crack it on camera. There it is. Cracked. I can't do label out because of the way the can is positioned.
Yeah.
But I can do barcode partially out.
That's like a conspiracy. What are you supposed to do?
But look here, works every time. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, works every. And next to Billy D at the same time. That's got to get some malt liquor cred. None of them have a Billy D. We have a Billy D.
Here we go. Oh my God.
We have malt liquor. We have works every time on. We have the slogan on the can, and we have the man himself, Billy D, on the show.
Here, while I'm giving the report, I will keep it label out.
Yes. Boom. Right there.
I hope you're watching Trent Steele. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let that thing warm up too much.
Oh, no, that's why, Zach, 5 minutes ago, I had it sitting out for 10 minutes. I ran back and put it in my freezer again.
Oh, I'd pound that son of a bitch as quick as
I can't pound it. I may be able to drink it, but I make no guarantees.
Yeah, that's got to be that. It's a cool can, though. I got to give it.
Oh, I'm definitely keeping the can. I still have. I'm sorry I threw out my double malt can, but I still have my Pile Driver can from the one I drank on here a couple months ago with the orange flavor in it. And I will certainly not throw out this can. There's is one for the
people calling on here for Bum to chug that beer.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's bottom up right there. Look at that.
No way. The way it tastes right now, super cold. I think I'll be able to drink it and probably not get sick.
You got
chug. I mean,
oh my God, Rod is telling me to chug. No way.
Mm-hmm. Rod's calling for chug, man. And we've got Bobo. Bobo loves Diet Coke too. Tommy Hill says Diet Pepsi. Bro. Come on.
Actually, I have tasted worse beverages, but like Zach says, for every degree that it warms up, that's all the more undrinkable.
It's like Coors Light. Why do you think they ship it cold?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. But you know what? This is all just window dressing, covering up possibly the greatest malt liquor report ever.
Greatest malt liquor report ever.
Yeah. Every week, Joe, you say that the Share a Beer show is we're back and better than ever. This malt liquor report may be the greatest ever.
Oh, Foamy Hit points out a good point. He said Bum went pinky out.
Did I? I didn't even realize.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. You had malt liquor on the show, and you went pinky out. Is that even the chairman might say that's against the rules?
I'll have to watch the replay.
Oh, my God. Now we have.
I'm just curious, since you said the magic words. Did Trump make the malt liquor review great again?
Not directly, but a lot of the malt liquor guys wear Make America Great Again hats. And actually, Zach, when you were incapacitated last week, Ruben was here last week with his Trump Make America Great Again hat.
Yeah, with his hat.
Oh, this show gets better every week.
Yeah. Make the show great again.
Uncle Joe has a good comment. That is the best right there. He says, I get worried when Bobo is not typing. It makes me wonder what he is doing when his hands are too busy to type.
That's actually a very good point.
That's a damn good point.
That's a damn good point. I never thought about it like that.
Now you won't be able to stop thinking about it.
Yeah. That's a very good point. So let's get to this. Bum's been teasing this for over an hour already. So what do we got here, Bum?
Okay, well, we might as well get right to the meat of the malt liquor report. Now, anyone who tuned in last week will recall that at the very end of the show, the chairman, Steel Worldwide, jumped into the chat.
Yep.
And he cussed out Joe D, and for some strange reason, he gave me a shout out.
He did. You were the only one.
I don't know why. So anyway, I was sitting on this all week. You guys don't know how bad I wanted to contact you directly this week and say you have to see this. And then my common sense got the best of me. I was like, no, I'll save it for the show next Saturday.
You have to, yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, here we go, Joe. Just go to Steel Worldwide, his second channel, Steel Worldwide 2, and go to the video called Enjoy a 40 Ounce, The Art of War.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. So we're
it should only be about 3 videos in on his second channel.
There we go. Steel Worldwide 2. We'll go to the videos. And then third video, and respect the chairman or die.
Nah.
Art
of War. There you go.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure you don't want to watch the whole thing. It's like 13 minutes long. He sits there for about the first 5 minutes or so, and he just watches a video based on the book, The Art of War, which I guess maybe, Mark, you know about this, the ancient book, The Art of War, about how...
Have you noticed the way he wolfs down these chips? Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't keep track of the way I wolf down chip, but look at this. Look at the look at the timing in these. This guy.
Are you familiar with the book, Mark?
I've heard of the book. I haven't read it.
Chips.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Chain chipping.
He's watching a video on the Art of War, which is, I guess, a book that an ancient book that tells you how to plan and execute warfare on your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, he's watching this video and he chugs his 40 and he eats his Pringles.
Thumb up, dude. Thumb up.
So if you want to fast forward a little bit, Joe.
Yeah.
He's watching this video and you're going to think, well, why is he watching this? He's planning warfare. Who could he possibly be planning warfare against if he's watching these videos? Go to about 3 minutes 30 seconds, I would say.
There we go.
So yeah, go about there.
Points to new officers. The women now follow his orders without hesitation.
So he's planning warfare. Now he changes his channel. And what's he going to watch here?
Oh, there's Mark.
Opportunity would have never happened.
Oh, look at that.
And it's also a good thing it wasn't 3 months ago where the chat wasn't recorded forever.
Yeah,
That was last week's show.
Yeah.
Thumb up.
The rest of these crappy.
There's Ruben.
He doesn't even need to comment. We do it for him.
Yeah, we got the comments and everything for him. We're hooking them up. That's right. We hook them up. Actually, we help promote the channel.
This is great.
That's right. Beer for next week.
See, watching Share Beer is making America great again.
We really do advertise this channel.
we do.
See, he's watching Share Beer. This is fantastic.
Okay, guys, we're out of here, man. Thank you to everyone who tuned in.
And because he watches Share Beer, he's going international. We've got Craig in here and everything.
Yeah, malt liquor. Oh, but you have to be half hurling before you do.
I got the chairman at present. Hold on. I didn't have time to wrap it.
There's head coach cussing him out.
I enjoy that one.
Tom's missing all this, man.
Funny.
Coach is missing all this.
Yeah, you know, he actually might have
He's
something.
wolfing down those chips. He's really into the show. Look at this guy.
What he does, because you know, there is a bunch of ugly on this show, and it ain't nothing a mask wouldn't hurt. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have to get masks now. This is great.
His other cousin wrapped. It's wrapped in Hanes.
I told you your other channel was Bobo. I told you that.
Bobo even got in there, man. This is great.
Hanes, Fruit of the Loom. Damn it.
Yeah, and he missed his shot, man.
It was right there, but it was an opportunity.
This is great.
Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, man.
There, did you hear that?
Who's your slots in there?
Look at that. We got.
Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in. I
Look
appreciate
at
it.
that.
Who's your slots in there?
Look at that.
Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, man. Who's your slots in there? It's a new one. Jared underscore is, I think, a new one. And then
You
Rod
notice
J,
he
of
watched
course,
the part of the show that he was in on.
and many others. We had Carrie for a while, and
This is
it's a pretty
great.
nice.
There's got to be a comment because we're about to wrap up.
Can't
I finished the show with his comment too, huh?
Of course, Andrew.
Yeah.
And
Coming up on the end here, and you replay his tirade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
We'll close this one out with the chairman, the big rant.
Oh yeah, he just asked you to play it again.
Joe D. With crap big cunts. Don't notice he's fucking talking shit.
Are you paying attention to his eyes? He's kind of getting a little hammered right here. You're looking at his eyes. He's kind of like blinking fast and then stopping blinking and then blinking fast again. Look at his eyes. He's kind of leaning a little bit.
Not the cool looking jerkers on YouTube. Fuck you, Joe D. You fat piece of shit.
I don't know if it's just me, but I see a smirk on Billy D's face, whiter than normal.
You're near 8 years ago.
Yeah. Billy D takes on different grins at different times. I swear.
They doing Google Hangouts looking at me week after week.
Great.
Charge. Fuck you, it's Joe D. Here it comes. You fat piece of shit. Thank you very much.
Okay, here we go,
This
Joe.
is only
Here we
gonna
go.
get better.
Here we go.
Time to make that malt liquor video, Joe D. You craft beer cunt. That piece of shit.
Yes.
Fuck you, Joe D. Shout out the bum.
Whoa, look here. Bum got mom. Wait a minute. Bum
Shout
got
out the bum.
liquor. What was
Shout
up
out
with
the bum.
Bum got more liquor. We gotta hear that.
Cunt. Fat piece of shit. Fuck you, Joe D. Shout out to bum.
Joe,
Oh,
Joe,
you're turning
warm
into
up your
celebrity.
audio extractor.
Bum.
Bum got more liquor, man.
You craft beer cunt. Fat piece of shit. Fuck you, Joe D. Shout out to bum.
More liquor.
And then we get some Herb Alpert Spanish flea playing.
Yeah, man. Look at that. This is great. Yeah, we did make America great again, didn't we? This is awesome.
That's some game show outro shit right there.
It is.
Yeah, that's from the old dating game, Earth.
This is awesome. We gotta hear that again.
Fat piece of shit. Fuck you, Joe D. Shout out to bum.
You know where this is going, right? This is gonna get better as the shows keep going.
This is awesome.
And next week,
got malt liquor.
Fat piece of shit. Fuck you, Bill D. Shout out to Bum.
This is great. This is so legendary. This is awesome, man. Are you kidding me? This is incredible.
That was from last Sunday morning, Joe. My first instinct was I have to email Joe and text Mark and let you guys. And I was like, "Fuck no! This is for the show next Saturday."
Yeah. I'm so glad you saved it for the show.
So is he actually going to declare war on us or not?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. But why the shout out to me?
I don't know.
He likes me.
What's with all the love for Bum?
I don't know.
Representing the malt liquor.
Yeah,
the blueprint.
It's kind of like,
it's Psychops. He's going to make you think he likes you, and then he's going to lure you in, and then
you're like North Korea and Dennis Rodman.
or possibly, and you guys don't know this, I might be a malt liquor spy that the MLDC sent to infiltrate you guys about 5 years ago, and I'm slowly worming my way in.
Yeah. It's the malt liquor candidate.
It's almost certainly.
Yeah.
We take years to infiltrate.
Yeah, just like the terrorist.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a cell. It's like a malt liquor terrorist cell.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get into the interior of the craft beer community? It is very difficult, and it takes years.
I've been grooming you guys for about 5 years now.
That's right.
So basically, Bums are Stuxnet.
Yeah.
Or I could be a double agent and be going against those guys.
So we have beer, not just craft beer. We have beer conspiracy going. Boom. What is better than, we're on a different level when we get conspiracies going now.
And do you want to hear the scariest thing out of all of this? Throughout this whole thing with you playing this video and all this discussion, the scariest thing is I've actually almost finished this fucking beer.
Zach is staring in disbelief.
Yeah, Zach is self-muted because he's like, you don't even want to hear what I have to say right now, man. What does Zach have to say about this right now?
I've done my share of stupid shit.
This is great. Yeah, you weren't on here when the chairman was on.
I'm curious though. Where are we grading this 45? Is it better or worse than a Limerita?
I've never had a Limerita, so I can't say, but
you're really missing out on some.
It couldn't possibly be any better than America's most premium adult beverage.
That's really how you make the malt liquor review graded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will just say this is absolutely refreshing and delicious. That's what they always say.
Yes.
Refreshing and delicious.
Oh.
What notes are you picking up out of that?
I'm picking up corn. I'm picking up rice. I'm picking up
and he's literally picking it up.
Little bit of raw sewage.
Yeah.
Probably some nice cooked vegetable.
Yeah.
Maybe some movie theater popcorn.
Yeah.
What is that? What region would that sewage be in there, Bum? I mean, is that
well, the East Coast sewage is a little bit stronger on the palate than the West Coast sewage.
Okay.
They got the New England sewage, which is really
Yeah.
juicy.
Yeah.
So that's not a Colorado sewage.
No, the Colorado sewage will get you high.
Yeah, that'd be a little. Well, that'd be the high gravity.
Yeah.
Boom.
Same
really,
shit. Same shit.
Now we
8.6, right?
Some dank sewage.
yeah.
It's dank. Awesome. That was great. I loved it. I gave Earth props for saying dank in his
Show title.
Yeah,
Dank
show
sewage.
title.
Dank sewage.
What do you think about this? Since this is an international show, what does and Craig, of course, speaks for the whole UK community. What do you think about the latest event in the malt liquor versus craft beer?
It's good entertainment, but that's about it for me.
Was this better or worse than the Royal Wedding?
Oh yes, there you go.
Well, there's no competition there. You've topped the charts on that score.
Now you're probably just fresh back from the reception, right?
That's right.
You were an invited guest. I thought I saw you in the church, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't go. It wasn't me. I was probably yeah. It definitely wasn't me. Yeah. No, I declined. I'm afraid.
So yeah, that was. This is incredible.
It's funny.
Oh my God, this is so. Bobo's going to snort baby powder.
Oh.
I mean, he's really excited over this last war that has developed.
Snort baby.
We got a new person.
We're starting a revolution right here.
Radiohead. Is Radiohead new to the show? Radiohead.
There before. Well,
Bobo said something kind of normal. He says he's drinking Guinness.
Something normal.
Well, I do want to report. I have finished this. Oh my God!
Look
Now
at
you
you.
I have finished it. Oh.
And Bum got a.
how much was the can? How much did you pay for the 24-ounce can?
$1.50.
Oh, you paid for it?
Yes. Yeah. Craig. They did not pay me to drink it.
Fuck you, Joe D. Shout out to Bum.
There you go.
I want to get that nailed down. I swear.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's a new one. There.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, "Shout out the Bum malt liquor."
Yeah, that is great. We got to get that one nailed down. I got to get that one separated and do all.
So,
We've reached another milestone.
You know what I'm waiting for tomorrow, Joe? I'm waiting for a video for him where he's watching this. So he's watching us, watching him, watching us, commenting on him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. This was great. I have to admit.
This didn't get out of control in a hurry.
Yeah.
Just while we're on the malt liquor thing, I don't know what it's like in your guys' area, but the craft breweries around here are actually starting to make crafted malt liquors.
Oh my God.
And it's becoming like the next trend. It's the next level.
Oh my God.
There's been a couple here.
No. Tell me this. When there's a craft malt liquor fest, you're out of control, Zach.
I haven't done one yet, but I can tell you probably 13 breweries that have.
Oh, dude. You have to have a committee meeting and say, look, stop. Just stop.
It's just like, it's the most basic lager you've ever had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just tell everybody, look, stop. Just stop.
I would rather malt liquor become a thing than the stupid hazy IPAs. I hate them stupid ass.
What if? I don't even know if it's possible, Zach. What if they were to come out with a craft Lime-A-Rita? I don't know that you can better Lime-A-Rita, but
I mean, isn't that kind of just a shandy or a Radler? Essentially, wouldn't it just be one of those?
It would be like a high gravity Radler.
It would definitely be hoppier.
Yeah, if you're gonna dumb it down, then maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the Lime-A-Rita is still, up here, and the shit.
We just brewed a really interesting one. It's a coconut curry lime saison.
Ooh. What kind of curry?
We used the curry leaves. Okay.
Oh.
So I went to the Asian market, and there's actual curry leaves, which actually aren't even used in curry, but they have a similar kind of taste. Curry leaves are made to make like curry tea.
Okay. They're steeping to make a tea.
And then we use the Kafari lime leaf, some fresh coconut, some lime peel. Should be kind of interesting.
Any
no ginger in this one. We put ginger in our watermelon. It's a watermelon ginger wheat.
Ooh. I like ginger. Ginger for me, in particular, is a good flavor. I like ginger, especially.
Ginger's a good one. We've had a lot of fun ones lately. We just tapped a oatmeal raisin cookie, amber ale. That one was super good.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good, actually. I could do that.
We did a cinnamon toast crunch coffee brown ale.
In a brown. How did that turn out? Was it thin?
It was a little bit lighter than I liked it, but when it warmed up, it was really good.
Yeah, because I think of those flavors in a stout, maybe, but in a brown, that's interesting.
I wanted to get more bready. Mm-hmm. We used 6 boxes of cereal and like a pound of coffee beans, and I think you could double that for the barrel.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Is there coffee malt liquor?
Yeah. Well, our guy's gone. Billy D has left the room.
No, you're a coffee guy tonight. So tomorrow at the brewery is our Cajun cookout. So we've been trying to figure out what we're making. We actually found a recipe for Creole coffee, which doesn't have any Creole in it, but it's coffee that's brewed with chicory, and then add molasses and cream to it. And we're going to make that coffee and then put it in brownies.
Ooh. Special Colorado brownies, or?
I could definitely do that.
I mean, if you're in Colorado eating brownies and people are smiling while serving them to you, it's kind of like, well,
I would be surprised if those are on the counter in between on the shelves, the glass racks and the, by the front door already.
You hear of it about once or twice a year that it's like some dude brought the wrong brownies and gave them to the whole office, and like the news station and shots to like shut down or something. Because oh yeah, my wife baked up some brownies. Well, I took the wrong batch. But then they don't tell anybody till about an hour after. when it's just too late.
Yeah, you're done at that point because the edibles are worse, right?
Oh yeah, when that shit hits you, it's like a truck.
You're done, son. When the edibles hit you, like that's it. I mean, you might as well call it quits for 6 hours, right?
Yep, pretty much. Go to the museum or something.
Go to the museum.
It's actually a really good time. Yeah,
this is awesome.
Brownies went to the museum.
Craig, when is the Mary Jane going to be legal in the UK?
Who knows? Won't be for a while yet. Won't be for a while.
Have you had any friends that have been to America where it's legal and then come back and tell crazy stories?
No, most people go to Amsterdam.
Oh, that's true. Hello, duh.
So, but yeah,
I
mean,
you can get a hooker with your ball there.
Well, exactly. You can get the whole thing. But yeah, yeah. So I mean, years ago, back in the 90s, I knew a lot of people that used to do that sort of thing. But yeah, it's going to come eventually, I would say. But I think America, once most of America are probably legalized and stuff, then they'll probably review it for sure.
That'd be a hell of a plane ride New York to England after a couple of hours.
Do you think they would serve edibles on the plane?
Well,
now, just with that in mind,
I bet the Queen will do it. She looks like a lady.
As long as they don't serve it to the pilot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, keep it away from the pilot, please. That is
Can you
not.
imagine how smoky that freaking cockpit would be?
Right.
Or just the cabin of the plane with all the customers in it. One big old cloud.
I think bum's puke.
Maybe part of the menu. Who knows?
There's something I heard about recently. Let me see. See if I can search for it quick. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Yeah, because I just heard about this, and it makes me want to plan a trip to LA just to try it. Because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a big podcast listener, and I am originally from LA. I was born and raised there. So I still listen to a podcast that's, a local radio show from LA. They were talking about this on one of their segments, and I want to show you right now what it is. And it has to do with what we were just talking about. JetBlue is delivering New York pizza to LA.
Wow.
Airline uses to show how to bring New York City to LA closer than ever. So they will deliver a pizza fresh from New York City to LA for $15. Would you subscribe to that? Can I interest you in a pizza from New York City for $15?
Huh. That's not that bad, really, if you're really jonesing for a New York pizza.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to think about it. That would just be a bot.
Yeah, exactly, right? Now,
Even if it sucks, pizza's one of those things. Even when it's bad, it's still all right.
Now, the food reviewer that I listen to, he has a segment on KFI on this particular show I listen to. It's the Bill Handel show, actually. He has a segment, I think, on Fridays or Thursdays, one of the two. In any case, he tried it, and he had to order it just because, right? $15. I initially thought it was going to be really expensive. But when he broke it down, I was like, well, duh, yeah, of course, right? He broke it down and said a few things. He's like, it's $15 for a large pepperoni. And I'm like, $15? That's so automatic. I'm not even thinking about it. Give me 2 of them, right?
Maybe 3.
And he says what they do is they half kind of prepare it from New York. The plane, when you think about it, is already, they bring 350 pies, something like that. It's already coming. The plane is already going from New York to LA. It's already going there. So there's no additional cost in the plane, right? The plane isn't going just for the pies. It's already going delivering passengers. So if they can increase their profits by putting pizzas on there,
I'm into it. The question is, where do you pick it up? You got to get it from the airport.
So what
just
happens is,
Uber it over?
LA end, okay, they're half preparing these pizzas in New York. They ship them, of course, off the plane to LA. And he says they completely email you notifications and all that stuff the whole way. They let you know when your pizza is being prepared, when it's getting on the plane, when it's on the plane, when it lands in LA, and then it's re-put in an oven. And if you think about pizza delivery these days, they've got food delivery nailed down. They can give you a pizza so piping hot now. Certain companies can. When they deliver to you, it's still piping hot. And he says when this comes to you, it's still piping hot. It's hot. So he said,
Joe, my question is, why haven't you done this?
I haven't done it because I'm not in LA.
Well, you're only 5 hours or so.
I know. I'm literally dying to plan a trip to LA, literally to try this.
This is like the kind of thing you got. This is the kind of thing you call out to work for.
So what happens is apparently you can get on JetBlue.com and you have to sign up for this, okay? And then they tell you you've got a deal. I haven't checked it out more than what we're talking about. Well, let's see. Let's check it out right now, live.
Well, it's realistic because I've had Anchor Bar from Buffalo delivered here, and I've gotten Portillo's from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
And they pretty much just send it to you.
Here's a video.
Ready to go. You just have to eat that.
Look at this. Here's a video. Look at this. New York City. They're preparing the pie. Look at this. There it goes. Okay. It's going to the airport, apparently. Kennedy. Okay. So it's going to JFK. All right. There it goes. All right. Going. So it lands in LA. There it is. All right. Pie in the sky. Okay.
Then they have a kitchen where they
Put it in the oven.
Yeah.
There it is. All right.
Yeah.
And there it is. Boom.
Huh.
So if you want a pie, book a flight to New York and get yourself the nearest pizza place. Or there's Spike Lee, of course, because, you know, New York City. But he said apparently you get on the website here and you can reserve one of these pies for whatever day. And then, I don't know, it doesn't look like any sort of openings here for me, right? Like what's, looks like everything is booked. I mean, what's going on here? June? I mean,
they're done. They're sold out. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's it. You're done, son.
Yeah, the whole thing's a scam.
July. Anyway, he said you get on there, and you know, there's so many spots, and you get a spot, and they let you know by email the whole way. like your pie's being prepared by so and so, just like Domino's, right?
Mhm.
The whole way they give you information. And as you saw from the video, they're not even cooking the pizza. They're barely. The dough is being rolled out. They're putting sauce on it, and then it gets to the other end in LA to another pizza place, really. They're putting it in the oven and then delivering it to you. So it's New York style pizza from New York delivered in LA. Now, what
New York
he
is
was
simple to
getting
know,
at,
right?
what he was getting at is that this is the very, very, very tip of the iceberg to different sorts of food delivery. He was saying, like, you're gonna soon have food delivery like this in more parts of the country, where like you could get authentic Boston crab soup, right? Boston crab cream soup, whatever they call that, clam chowder, right?
Clam chowder and lobster bit.
Yeah, and it's prepared in Boston and delivered to you fresh in a few hours.
I just learned of a new one this week. I was watching a food thing. I didn't know like North Shore Boston area is really known actually for their roast beef sandwiches.
Huh.
Huh.
Boston. Huh.
So they do them a special way that is an onion roll. It's super rare roast beef, mayo, barbecue sauce, onion, and horseradish.
Radiohead has a good point on here in the chat. He says you could get authentic Mexican food.
Yeah.
I just gotta walk down the street.
What if you could get authentic Chinese food? I mean, boom. Right? Like you're getting a real deal. You want real sushi, it's flying in now. Boom. Right? Like that's
chicken and waffles. Fried chicken and waffles from Atlanta.
Yeah, fried chicken and waffles from Atlanta right now. Like that is like food delivery is going to new levels. Like if you think about it, like you can order a pizza from certain companies now. It's not from every company, but certain companies have it to where they've got that bag down packed so well that pizza gets to you hot. It is literally, I can get pizza in my area so hot it's like I was there coming out of the oven. Some of them
I got an idea for
slightly undercooked the pizza. It goes in the car into another thing where it kind of finishes cooking till it gets to you.
So shouldn't Grubhub's new, or let's say we're starting a new delivery company, shouldn't the slogan be "Stay home, obesity no longer requires judgment"?
It's okay. What's that cartoon? What was the cartoon that Disney made where we're all just a bunch of obese fat people that get shuttled around in chairs and everything comes to us?
It's kind of like, do you guys remember the Drew Carey show? Their slogan for their beer was "Stay up and get drunk all over again," because it was a coffee beer.
Yeah. I seriously heard about this and I was like, oh my God, when's my next trip to LA? Just so I can test this out. How cool is that? Because it's just like someone said in the chat, like it's technically, Radiohead said, so it's still technically New York style pizza because the main part of the process is the crust and the sauce. It was prepared with New York air and New York water in New York City. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? And it was prepared there, and all it is cooked in LA.
All right, guys, I gotta run. I'll see you probably next week.
Take care, Zach.
Bye.
We'll see.
Be in good health, Zach.
Yeah.
Good luck with
you, my friend.
Good luck tomorrow morning, Bob. I have a feeling that one's gonna stink. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See ya.
You know, so when I heard about the cost, so a cheese pizza is $12. How do you not do that? How do you not?
So you got to buy the pizza and the delivery. So it's $15 on top of whatever the pizza is.
$15 for pepperoni.
From New York.
From New York.
So that's not $15 for delivery plus the pizza, right?
Yeah, it's $15.
Wow.
That's what he said. He said it was like, you know, plus tax, whatever the tax is. Because he said the cost to him was like, you know, under $20.
I want to get I want to get a flight on that plane, you know?
Right? You know? Because he said when you think about it, the plane's going back and forth. It's already going. Okay, Craig, this is for you, my friend.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Now, planes go already from New York to London. What if they had a plane that said, you know, they said, hey, you know what, Craig? We'll bring you a New York City pizza for $15 from New York. Deliver it hot, fresh to you at your door in London, in the UK. That's gotta be tempting. I mean, why not?
It'd be interesting just to see what it's like after.
It would. It would kill me.
$15 was about probably what, 13 pounds, something like that.
Probably.
So, yeah, that's on a par with what, you know, some of the chain restaurants here.
Exactly. It's what Domino's or Pizza Hut is already charging.
Depending on what size and stuff. I mean, some of them are like 20 quid a pizza. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Look, in my area, okay, Domino's or Pizza Hut, the big boys.
Yeah.
You're already I don't know. A large for what they consider as a large is kind of, to me, a medium.
Yeah.
But they're already charging for a pepperoni $9. Let's say for a pepperoni, what they call a large, what I call a medium. These are true larges from New York City, mind you. Now, you go to what is called the Better Pizza, which is typically a mom and pop restaurant in your area, a mom and pop pizzeria.
Yeah,
you're always knocking $20 on the door for a good quality pizza in your local area. It's $17, $18, $19 for a good pizza, right?
Yeah.
Large with pepperoni, one topping. Let's say it might not be pepperoni. Let's say one topping. So to get one authentically from New York City to London, the plane's already going. Like that's insane to me when you think about it. You know, I mean,
I hate to use the pun, but I don't think it would take off.
It's crazy because it's like, to me, if you can do that for pizza, if you could do that for food, well, why not beer?
Oh, beer would be that would work. But then there's certain breweries that they get into this kind of thing of cold chain, so they're very kind of like restricted. You know, they want their beers to be, you know, fresh and stuff. So we already get refrigerated containers and stuff that come across.
I mean, you can already go to a brewery, a local brewery, even overseas. You can go to your local brewery and get a canned beer, right? They can it right there in front of you. Why couldn't that be delivered to you wherever you're at?
All people all worried about alcohol laws. That's other than that,
legalities.
I mean, we're not over here so much. Just, bring it over, you know.
Just bring it. Yeah, right.
They know if it ever went to a vote, it would be overwhelmingly yes. So we'd all agree for it.
I mean, to me, that's the way I think about it. Okay, this is food, but if you can do it for food, think about it. I love Italian food. I'm part Italian. I love Italian food. I'm part Mexican. I love Mexican food. But what if someone like myself could get authentic Italian food from Italy that was prepared in Italy and finished here in Phoenix? Dude, I'm all over it.
I think it's all price point.
It's all price point, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
$15. I'm down for anything under $20. Are you kidding me?
It would have to be competitive, otherwise it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I mean, because when you think about it, the planes are already going back and forth. When he put it to me that way, I'm like, duh.
But then, if you want freshness, then maybe SpaceX could sort this out once they do this kind of rocket 25 minutes kind of city.
You could have food prepared on Mars.
Get Mars bar.
Right. I mean, but when you think about it, and when you looked at that video from JetBlue, okay, and they're literally taking a pie and rolling it out and throwing some sauce on it, probably putting it in a very, very refrigerated or some sort of super cooled container that you saw and rolled it on the plane. So it's keeping it cool. They never do anything more than that. So what if you got spaghetti, let's say, that's prepared, the pasta is made, sauce is made in, I don't know, Rome or Naples, Italy, whatever in the hell tickles your fancy. It's prepared in Italy. It's never really cooked till it gets to the UK or to America, and then it's delivered to you piping hot.
You can make it on the plane. You can make it on the plane, couldn't you? Just have these mobile kitchens.
You could have mobile kitchens, or you could do like JetBlue's doing right now, and it lands in over there in LA, and they put it in local ovens, prepare it hot, and then deliver it to you, just like any other pie.
Yeah.
Interest you in that?
Yeah. If the price was right, I'd do it.
I'm saying, I'm like,
$75 for spaghetti from Rome.
You keep it under $20. The plane's already going back and forth is the point. Think about your newspapers. We've got newspapers for years from different parts of the country, different parts of the globe for years. And they get delivered by buses and by planes that are already going back and forth. Right? And they're made very affordable. You can get a paper from New York City in Phoenix here for $1.50. Because the transportation's already going back and forth. It's already, that cost is already figured by the people that are paying for the plane ticket.
The thing is, you'd have to make an order at breakfast time to get it at dinner time.
Yeah, and that's why these reservations are done in advance. You know,
yeah.
And you put in for it, and you're approved for the reservation.
It might work, but
you know,
people want it straight away these days. They're just like, just now. That's maybe where it, you know.
So you're committed. So let's say, you know, you put in for it, and then you know your delivery's coming this week. So Thursday, let's say Thursday, you're going to have an authentic Italian meal. That's kind of cool, man. That gives you a soft chub right there. You can tell your other half. You're like, you could tell the other half, hey, baby.
Tutti fruity.
We're gonna have some authentic Italian food, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Actually, some tutti frutti.
yeah, you know, that's kind of cool right there, man. I think that kind of, at least for right now, that raises the cool factor, I think. Or like our friend Radio has said, hey, you want some authentic Mexican food? It doesn't get any better than the plane is coming in from Mexico flipping city, for Christ's sake.
Straight over the wall. That's
you know, right over Trump's wall. Boom. Lands here. You know, I think it actually makes that sound too when it lands, because that's all the beans. But or you know, we were talking about curry earlier. You know what I'm saying? When you get some authentic Thai curry, oh, bro, come on! What are you talking about?
Indian
some
curry.
Authentic Japanese tuna sushi, whatever in the hell that you pay $550 million for. Boom, it's flying in. I think that stuff flies in anyway.
Yeah.
I think that stuff
flies in anyway, so you need to have the sushi chef from Japan on the plane preparing sushi when you get there.
But when it gives, I'm sure the wheels are turning in the boss's head there, because when you think about food delivery as it comes to you in your local area, I know I did. My wheels were turning the minute he mentioned the potential for what's happening with JetBlue in this New York City pizza delivery. I was like, this is amazing. This is bigger to me than what's happening with automated driving. To me. Because look how big and unobstructed food delivery is. Look how big and unobstructed delivery is. We crave delivery. You offer more delivery and I don't have to get off my ass to do anything, and I could just hit something on my phone and it's delivered like tomorrow or in the next 2 hours. I'm all over it, right? And I'm part of that process. I'm the guy that brings you some of that stuff. It's pretty incredible to me. I don't know. I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I think it's cool. I'm one of those people that brings you some of that service. I bring people, in case some people don't know what I do, I bring people vehicles or transport for all sorts of stuff. You order something on Amazon that's bigger than 75 pounds, more than likely a guy like me shows up and delivers it to you. You want some sort of service to move. If you're moving from, let's say, point A to point B, that might be California to Pennsylvania. I'm the guy that brings that to you, or someone like me. So, you know, that's what I do on a daily basis. I make all those sorts of things happen. So, you know, I kind of know how those things happen, so it interests me, you know?
Like, oh, here's your 75-pound box of cat food and a pizza.
The pizza, boom! You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got some big guy like me delivering it to you. It's awesome. Yeah,
it's going in the right direction. That's for sure. There's so many other things that would work out for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you think about it, you put a little thought to it, and you're like, you know what? The automated driving has more obstacles in it than delivery. You think about how fast delivery is going.
Mm-hmm.
If they think of it, it'll happen in a month. Think about it. There's nothing getting in the way of you getting another package or another something. They think about a new way to give you food faster, and it happens. Nothing gets in its way. Nothing. The only thing that got in the way of food delivery getting to you faster was Domino's promising you years ago that it would get to you in a half hour. And that's because people died. You remember that?
Yeah.
Drivers were driving so crazy.
You get there in half an hour. Yeah.
Tons of people, and they had to crush that half-hour promised delivery, guaranteed delivery. That was years ago.
Then they have more stores with smaller delivery areas, so they can make it on time.
Exactly. See, Earth had it figured out, man. So what they did was shorten the delivery area. Still get it to you quick. It's gonna happen. Think about Amazon. Amazon can get you stuff within 2 hours of ordering it. How do they do that? They build more places. There's 8 of them here in Phoenix. I go to them all. 8 of them. Walmart has the biggest DC you've ever seen in your life right here west of Phoenix. It's insane. It's got to be a mile long. I'm not even exaggerating by anything. I've seen a lot of DCs, not warehouses, distribution centers. There's multiples of them here in Phoenix. It's why I'm here in Phoenix, because this is where all the trucking companies are at, is in South Phoenix. That's why I live here in South Phoenix. And I go to distribution centers every day, and that Walmart distribution center is insane. It's huge. It's got to be a mile long. It's got well over 300 doors that trucks back into. Well over 300. And they don't, Amazon, some of Amazon's DCs will start at like 100. They'll start there. Walmart starts at 1. That's true, 300 plus. It's insane the amount of trucks going to that place. It's crazy. Anyway, just food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Just food for thought. I've got tons of stories, trust me. Whew. I've got tons of stories. Lots of fun, man. Fuji. Oh, that was for Mark's show. I've got another story on photography.
Bum, did you pay attention to the comments?
Which part, Earth?
Down at the end.
We got Malt Mustang in there, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, how'd he pop up?
I haven't been watching the chat.
Oh, yeah. That damn Malt Mustang.
Yeah, we got Malt Mustang in there. Rod J's real active in there. Yeah, Rod J made a comment. Ask Canada about them buying American beer and what they pay versus us. You know what? In fairness to Rod J, ask anybody what they pay in fairness to Rod.
that has become the inside joke as far as a Rod J deal. Yeah.
As far as Rod's saying that, ask any American what they pay next to him. That's not even fair.
He's pretty much saying that the Canadians pay craft beer prices for macro beer and better prices for craft beer up there. So it's like reversed of how, what we get. We get cheap macro pay. Beer.
He said, "Damn, Joe, you got me there." and then he says Amazon hires freelance drivers in the area to deliver from local locations to help them out. They sure do.
Oh yeah. The last 2 or 3 things I've had from Amazon have been just brought by guys in their minivans, basically.
Yeah. They sure do. They will get anybody to deliver their stuff. Yeah, I mean, they are all over. They are all over trying to get rid of UPS. Actually, Amazon wants to deliver all their own stuff, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's a cost thing. I mean, I understand it. Whether it will happen or not, I don't think so. But I think that on some level, they will get to a point where they're delivering most of their own stuff. UPS has tried this. UPS has so much freight that you know we all pretty much either deliver for UPS or for Amazon. Believe it or not, I wish I could put a number on how much freight that I deliver on a daily basis is actually UPS's freight. UPS is that big a company. They're huge. Even the government goes to UPS to figure out flight schedules and all sorts of stuff. I mean, they're huge. I don't think everybody realizes how big UPS is. But we were worried years ago, and this has been years ago, that UPS was going to take back all their freight because it would shut down a lot of us. And they just can't. There's too much out there. They just can't.
You know what my uncle calls UPS?
What's that?
Unpalletized sons of bitches.
Yeah,
he's been driving for Coors for 26 years.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, for Coors?
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
So you drive out of Colorado?
No, I mean he used to. He doesn't now anymore, but he used to drive for him. But he still does freight, but he doesn't work for Coors anymore.
Yeah, Amazon is definitely heading down that road. And any company that gets that huge is going to try. Walmart has tried. They just can't. They're just too big to get everything, but they can get their numbers down. But they're just too big. Walmart is very successful at hauling quite a bit of their own freight. And so is Costco. Costco's very good at hauling quite a bit of their own freight, believe it or not. Yeah. They have an absolutely huge distribution center here in Phoenix that I go to probably 4 times a week. I go to Costco's what they call a depot, which kind of sucks because for any truck drivers that haven't been to Costco yet, they make you, they don't have a driver's lounge or anything. They make you go in porta potties, and the way they treat you as a customer shopping at Costco is a little different than the way they treat you as a truck driver delivering to Costco. And you'll find that Walmart's horrible. I can't even tell you how bad Walmart is.
They just give you, just say, well, no porta potties. Here's a bucket.
It's not so much that with Walmart. At least Costco will treat you like a human. But when it's 115 degrees here and you're trying to deliver to a place, and you've got all these political pressure. I hate to get into truck driving, but I can because it's awful delivering to some of these places. Walmart's one of them, man. They're awful. They in some cases will make you stay hooked to your trailer and then not want you to idle and sit in your truck. You don't even do that to animals without getting arrested. But truck drivers, you go ahead and sit in your truck and try to bake in there for 8 hours while you're delivering to this stupid place. It's insane. There's some of these places, like some of the Walmarts, not all of them, but they won't let you use the restroom. They won't. And you're like, are you freaking kidding me? It's 2018. You won't let me use the restroom? Yeah, there's places like this, bro. Yeah. And there's nothing done because it's just truck drivers. What do we care about truck drivers? Just deliver our stuff. These are all some of the consequences that happens with some of the delivery. You know what I'm saying? So I could go on and on and on. But this is some of the stuff that happens to guys like myself that bring you some of the products that you order. You know what I'm saying? It's awful. It's awful. If anybody has a Circle K in their area, Circle K is one of the worst. They gotta be. They're awful. They're awful. Awful. It's incredible because some of the stuff that you hear about in the headlines that happens to women or happens to dogs, it happens to truck drivers every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, what? You kidding me? Who's out there shouting for us? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's crazy, man. But it happens. It still happens. And it's not because you're necessarily black or Arabic or whatever. It's because they can, you know? All those people that'll be out there rah for teachers, and then they get to work, and then they're like, yeah, you son of a bitch, just go out there and pee on the wall. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You ain't using this restroom. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what? You know? Yeah, it's crazy. Sit out there in that truck. Don't idle because, oof, God forbid you stay cool. Yeah, no, don't do that. You know,
I want to hurt the environment, so just shut that truck off. And,
right.
Yeah.
You know, but stay out there. You know.
Yeah.
It's like insane. It really is. It's crazy. And radio sees because men are saying, you know, you'd be amazed how many women are out here.
I was going to say they do the same thing to women or men truck drivers. Yeah, probably.
It's just truck drivers. It's there's a lot of, and thank God it's becoming more diverse. You don't know what you're getting these days. When I first started driving, it was pretty much you're going to get some white dude. I mean, that's the reality. You were going to get some white dude delivering your freight. Now you don't know. It could be anybody. You don't know. You know, which is good. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they, in all fairness, treat us all the same. You're just another truck driver. So it's, you know. The only difference will be sometimes with me being a local guy, I'll get a little different treatment because they know that they got to deal with me more than likely again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the next week. And the next week. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'll get slightly different treatment, but if I'm getting treated bad, I know it's bad for those over the road guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's the guys that I feel bad for because awful, man. It's awful. It really is. So I try to enlighten people a little bit if I can. You know what I'm saying? With the small platform that I have here.
I finished my second beer while you were talking about pizza. This was one of my homebrew beers from 2008, so it was a beer from the cellar.
Was it really? So you went 10 years.
I went 10 years. And I have a couple of these left over, Joe, so I'll put one in the fridge for you when you're here.
Wait a minute. Are they on Untapped?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I thought I'd ask.
I think you can add homebrew, can't you? Can't you?
I think I remember the last time you had one of those. It's been a while.
No,
so okay. So what style did you, I got a bunch of questions. So what style was it? Give us the whole rundown, Mark. How was the homebrew effort?
It was, as near as I can remember, it was batch 6. So it was. I think it was a brown ale, if I can remember. Right. It looked brown in here.
Mark's a smart guy. He is smart.
But it still had I got a little bit of smoke, a teeny tiny bit of smoke.
Oh, hey, you get some cool cred.
A little bit of foam, which went away pretty quick, but it didn't taste bad. It was still definitely drinkable. So
that's good.
I'll put one in the fridge when you're here, Joe.
Especially a brown ale. If you had a brown ale that was still probably not the best, but still drinkable.
Yeah, and it was still drinkable.
That's respectable, man.
It's 8 years old. Yeah, 8 or 9 years old. Probably about 9 years old.
How long did I hold on to Barrick's beer? I held on to it for a few years. How long was it when I finally tapped that sucker?
It was still less than a year, right? I think it was less than a year.
It was close to a year, something like that. And
that was an IPA.
And that was an IPA, and it was still pretty damn hoppy. I got to give it to him. So,
yeah.
Here, matter of fact, okay. Now that you mentioned that, because you said yours was 9 years old.
I think I brewed it. I think it was like fall 2008 is when I did it. So yeah, 9.5 years old.
Here's the cap from that beer that Fuller sent me. 10 years old. Look at that cap. Barely the slightest little brown rim around that cap. And look at the Mark's cap, man.
It's pristine, like the JFK Magic Bullet.
But that tells you a lot about the beer. It really does.
Yeah. Maybe I missed my calling. No.
It tells you a lot about that particular. It can tell you some about something about that beer.
But I'm going to get a much better beer now, though. I think.
Yeah, right. You think, yeah. Supposed to. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's see what's in the fridge. Speaking of Cigar City, this is their oatmeal raisin cookie brown ale.
Oh, man.
So it's basically the Maduro with oatmeal raisin cookies stuff.
Oh, hopefully soon to my area.
Yeah, I got it was a 4-pack, and I think it was $10 for the 4-pack. That's not too bad. It's very good. And I logged in on tap. I got it last week, and I logged it in. It's pretty good.
What style was that? An oatmeal stout?
A brown ale.
Brown ale.
Oatmeal raisin cookie brown ale.
Oatmeal raisin cookie. I wonder what's the reasoning for going brown.
I don't know. Because the Maduro brown ale is just so good. I mean, I'm sure it's a Maduro brown ale with extra, other stuff added onto it.
Yeah.
The reason, Joe, because once you go brown, you never go back.
Aha! Boom. Mm-hmm. There you go. Well, I mean, if it was a stout, it would be not just brown but black. Yeah.
No, it's a really good one, and it's got nice. It has that oatmeal raisin cookie aroma. More of the aroma, and then the flavor is some cinnamon and the spice, but the aroma is really oatmeal raisin cookie.
They can get the raisin down because I know just from shipping here, we get a lot of raisin extract, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Shipped back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Shipped all over the place. So we'll get huge vats of raisin concentrate or something like that shipped different places. So, and a lot of times it's breweries. So,
yeah.
I know that much at least.
Yeah, no, it's a very good. If you see it, Bum, get it, because if you like Maduro, you will.
Well, hopefully soon. Now that Cigar City is here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, I'm getting. Some of you may know that I like to take very quick trips too. So, I'm literally flying for an overnight to Atlanta.
Yeah, pretty much.
Going back.
Joe, an extra couple hours would be fine,
I text Mark and I was like, "Hey man, are you free on these days?" And he texts me back, "Yeah, I think so." I'm like, "Cool," because I'm flying in and flying out.
Now it'll be fun. We'll take you to a good craft beer bar, and then I figure we'll stop by the growler store, get a growler, and we'll do some steaks on the Big Green Egg.
Yeah. Awesome. Good times, man. Good times. Looking forward to that. Then I got a few more trips I got to make and not have to make, but I want to make. Yeah, it used to be good times, man. Good times, absolutely. Looking forward to this. So, if there's anybody that thinks that they might be in the Atlanta area at that time, give me a holler, reach out. JoeDReviews@gmail.com, and we'll see what we can arrange. Like I said, it's a super quick trip too. I have a daughter that's not too far north of there, and I'm not even gonna visit her on this visit. I'm still looking at this New York pizza thing. Oh,
Joe's gonna drive to LA next week, get himself some pizza.
I am so intrigued by this. You don't know how much this tickles me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, are you serious? Like getting New York pizza delivered?
Now the question is, because there's New York pizza and Chicago pizza, and if the battle in New York is anything like the battle in Chicago, it's not just New York pizza, but which pizza from New York?
Yeah. It would be which pizza from New York, but I think there is such a battle between New York and Chicago pizza that I think the other pizzerias in New York are so happy that it's not Chicago.
Yeah, yeah.
With it,
there's different styles of pizza, within New York.
Yeah.
Like Chicago, I mean, it's a deep dish, but there's a Pizzeria Uno, there's Malnati's, and there's another one, and they're all like battling back and forth who's the best deep dish pizza. And I'm sure it's the same way in New York.
Now, some of the videos that I have seen recently on YouTube, because of course one of the other big things that I look at on YouTube is food, because I am a fat guy. Hello, and it's the beef steak sandwiches from Chicago. Top five beefsteak.
Oh, Italian beef. Italian beef.
Yeah, Italian beef from Chicago.
They say in Chicago. Italian beef.
Italian. Yes. Oh.
So which one is it? Did you remember the name of the?
Well, there was this one guy that had a place called Big Mike's or something. Oh, look. The simplicity of the Chicago steak sandwich is what I fall in love with, because it's basically your hard-crusted roll that has a soft innard. It's toasted on a really hot grill, made with some form of ribeye, typically a real thin ribeye, cooked fast and hot, 900 degrees, almost like a pizza. Fast and hot, so it gets crusty and the inside is still juicy and tender. And they literally, and it kind of seems like it's all in the marinade, really. It's all how that steak is marinated for 12 hours, 16 hours, however long that restaurant decides to do it. But it's the simplicity of it. They all seem to do the same thing after. Hot, fast cooking, which is 800, 900 degree grill, cooked, nice crust on the steak put in said toasted bun, bread, like I said, which is a hard crusted bread on the outside and some sort of soft innard on the inside, and then put in there with a nice fresh slice of onion, kind of thick, and a nice slice of tomato, literally with some rojus sauce, and handed to you. Simple, just no frills. It's all in the marinade, and it looks like I am ready to die after having that.
Oh, so it is very good. It's good stuff, man. Yeah. Chicago Italian beef sandwich.
It aggravates me. I can't. I can't have that thing. I'm telling you. But at the same token,
I bet you there's somewhere in Phoenix where they get in that Chicago stuff, because there's a lot of people from Chicago that come down to Phoenix in the winter.
Oh, there's tons of people here from Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, if there's anything I'm sure of, is that there's an authentic Italian, New York Italian, Chicago Italian, sort of place here in Phoenix. Absolutely, you can get authentic Italian, authentic Chicago pizza, authentic New York pizza here in Phoenix, no doubt.
Mhm.
Absolutely, 100%, absolutely. If you look hard enough, you can get authentic Greek food. You can get authentic Southern food. That's for sure.
Mhm.
I've had some of those chicken and waffles here now. It took me a few years to get to those places, but pretty good.
Mhm.
Pork chops still have a little ways to go. So you're not going to get authentic, Southern deep fried pork chops and eggs like you would in the South. But the chicken,
Mhm. Yeah.
you can get close, but it's still not.
Yeah.
I would give, of all the fried chicken I've had, I've still got to give it to Georgia. I mean, Georgia, of all the fried chicken I've had throughout the country over 20 plus years of driving truck, I would still have to give it to Atlanta. I mean, Georgia is
Good. Yeah. Good.
good.
Good Southern food in general, and yeah, fried chicken is
Just
really well done.
fried chicken is just the heartbeat of that place.
Mhm.
Fried chicken and pie. If you're looking for pie, real, fruit pie or some sort of cream pie or, your traditional dessert pie, not a pizza. But if you're looking for a dessert pie and you're in Atlanta and you don't have some of that, you're a fool. Right? Because that is what they do, right? It's like
They don't call it the stroke belt for nothing.
it is what happens there, man. I remember anytime I got a load going to Atlanta, Hotlanta rather, it was okay. We got to go to Titty Bar because, duh, and then you gotta get something deep fried, and chicken's the easy bet. So it was like, hello, right? You could settle for something in Alabama, and don't get me wrong, Alabama had good Southern food, but you definitely cruise through Georgia. You got to get chicken. I mean, absolutely, and catfish.
Mhm.
Big plate. They would hand you a big. I remember going to a 76 truck stop out there back in the day, and I think it was off the loop somewhere. And you'd go to that truck stop, and across the street was a chicken and fish place, and they would just hand you the biggest plate of all you can eat chicken, boom, and the biggest plate of catfish, boom. The biggest bottle of hot sauce, and then some cornbread, and it was on, son.
Mhm.
That was it. That was it. It was on. Same thing in Tennessee. Tennessee, you could get some really good homemade sausage and eggs, and oh man, I know so many places across this damn country. It was insane. This is the good old days. You know what I'm saying, Jeff? Yeah. See, Rod says country fried steak.
Mhm.
And then Radiohead, he says Italian beef is something else, man.
Mhm.
It is. It's all in that marinade too, as far as Italian beef goes. Italian beef is just special.
Mhm.
It just is, man.
Driving on the road, you get to stop at all those hole in the wall places that are the best, huh?
Yeah, they're the best earth. Oh,
I wish I could come across more of stuff like that.
yeah, they're just the best. And it's comparable to like Earth's region of the country and my region of the country right now. Getting Mexican food. Like, please, if you can't get good Mexican food in the part of the country where we're at, just give up. I mean, just like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, you ain't gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, you can get good Mexican food here in Phoenix. Good Mexican food. Now, the new Mexican food is another difference.
That's different. Yeah.
But good Mexican food, yeah, you can get good Mexican food here. Sure, absolutely. Especially if you're into menudo, you're gonna get some really good menudo here. Depending on your place and what your preference is, but there's tons of menudo, especially on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about it. They make menudo on weekends like crazy here. I mean, you can find it anywhere. You name it. Tacos, tacos are there's a special place in my heart for tacos. Right here in this little part of my body, there's a special place in my heart for tacos. What would you say, Earth, what are some of the foods that you hold the most dear? For me, it's tacos, pizza, and like we were talking about earlier, like good sandwiches, like steak sandwiches or something like that.
I like the simple things, like just a home cooked, like mashed potatoes and a good barbecued steak or something, even corn on the cob, which is cheap, but it's good. I like the simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was pretty much corn fed when I was raised, so I like the simple things.
Yeah. Most of the time, just the real basic stuff if it's done right.
Yeah, because I don't get to eat that stuff very often, so I cherish it when good fried chicken or something.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't eat that stuff that much, so when I do, it's good.
To me, okay, look, there's some foods that are irresistible, even if you're not necessarily into those foods. I'll give you an example: bacon. Boom. Right? Even vegans, vegetarians have their own version of something that is the equivalent of bacon because it is so irresistible.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that is like bacon is fried flipping chicken. You could be a Jew that is fasting for 30 days. I don't give a rip. You come into a room that is filled with fried chicken and you're like, oh. You're giving deuces to everybody because you're like, you know what, you sons of bitches, my fast is over. I have to have some. There's some things that you can't resist, and that is the smell of fried chicken and bacon. They're equal to me. I don't know.
I like the milk gravy from the fried chicken too. That's like the best. I love that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
So easy, but it's the best.
What would you say, Mark? What are those some of the most irresistible smells ever?
Bacon is definitely way up there.
Yeah.
Fried food, and good barbecue, like smoked food.
Oh, I got one more. Okay, I got one more. Like you're driving by a place and you smell fried chicken. It is like, oh. Okay. Another one is bread.
Mm-hmm.
When you smell bread, you're like, oh man.
Fresh bread.
Bread is just the best, isn't it?
It is. That is fresh baked bread. If you can get like bread right out of the oven, put some butter on it. Oh.
Like a sweet brown bread or something.
Yep. Every culture has bread. And it is just like the best when you smell that bread cooking.
You know, we're going to have this conversation again when November gets around. You know that's happening.
Yep, you know that's happening. Yep. What would you say, Mark? What's your comments?
What's up?
No, you know what? Now Radiohead has a comment that I think is interesting because I'm not familiar with that at all. But he says, "Have you guys tried Ethiopian cuisines?"
Yes. 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 Very good. So many
Heard a
flavors.
comment from the boss too over there.
Can't say
yeah. Yep. There's actually a really good Ethiopian restaurant we used to go to in Chicago that was absolutely fantastic.
Enlighten me, because I know nothing.
They use lots of spices, all kinds of spices. Some not necessarily hot, but just really earthy,
seasoned
flavorful spices, and they do a lot of really curries. I guess it would be kind of a curry. It's a lot of vegetarian. There is some meat. What's the meat they use? Is it lamb? Lamb and chicken. Lamb and chicken were, I think, the primary meats we had. But just a lot of, the bread. There you go. Go back to the bread. But they have bread that everything's served on like a big platter. And you have the bread and you just kind of dip in. And,
You know, now that you mentioned that, Mark.
You just use the bread. The bread is just so warm. Can be some spicy, not hot, spicy, but not like blazing hot. So just real.
He's saying beef in kit pho, and he's saying sourdough.
Their bread is, it is kind of like a sour. It's not a sweet bread, but it's not like a naan, like an Indian bread. It's not really like that. Yeah, it is kind of soft. Yeah. Kit pho. Yeah, kit pho. Yep. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's you probably have an Ethiopian restaurant in Phoenix, Joe.
Yeah. We have like Jamaican restaurants and some.
They use a lot of chickpeas. There's a lot of chickpeas.
There's a crazy amount of Africans here.
There's probably very good Ethiopian. There's an Ethiopian restaurant somewhere around there.
Yeah, there's got to be. I just am not in my particular area of Phoenix. There isn't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure there is some because there's an incredible amount of Africans here. I have to say, and I know there's got to be, a lot in Atlanta and a lot in LA, of course. But coming from Albuquerque, where it's just a lot of Hispanics, really, and a lot of Indians. There's definitely more cultures here in Phoenix than there is in New Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
A little more diversity as far as people from other parts.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I just haven't gotten from my area. I haven't gotten out there enough to explore some of these other things, but it definitely intrigues me. That's for sure. To try Ethiopian food. Wow. I dated someone from Ethiopia back in the day when I was in Germany, believe it or not. But yeah, we still never had, in Germany. I didn't see any Ethiopian restaurants in Germany when I was, back then. There was a lot of Italian food, believe it, because you're right north of Italy. There's just tons of Greek food and Italian food, believe it or not. I was so young and so happy to be around so many Italians at the time that I was all into that. Give me some more of that. It was great. But yeah, Ethiopian. He's kind of blowing my mind with that.
No, it is. We haven't had it in quite a while, probably 6 years. But we used to go to a place in Chicago that was very good. We just haven't found any place around there. And there's probably is good Ethiopian restaurants around.
There's a guy. I wish I could remember his channel. I don't remember his channel, but because I've seen so many of his videos will pop up in my feed on YouTube every once in a while. Mm-hmm. And he does these videos about his grandmother, and he's Indian, you know, a dot Indian, not American Indian. Mm-hmm. And he does these videos from India, and they're just incredible. A lot of just like what you described, Mark, a lot of lamb and chicken. But she'll prepare things literally like with her feet and with her hands, and they're out there in the earth, you know, and so you expect these sorts of treatments, you know what I'm saying, of stuff. Mm-hmm. But she'll take like watermelons and gut them out and put the food in a watermelon and literally light a fire, and put the watermelon on the fire. And you're like, but then when the food comes out, you're just like, huh? And then she'll put a banana leaf and put the food on a banana leaf. And you're just like, I swear to God, I want some of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks really good, you know, and especially the way it's prepared and everything. You just, I don't know. To me, I get so into it just from the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, to me, some of the preparation of stuff is part of the whole appetite for that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you're just like, wow, that isn't. I've never seen in my life like food prepared in a watermelon like that. That is so efficient. It's incredible. I mean, literally some of the watermelons are literally like this big, and then they're cooked down till they're like almost burnt and nothing. But then the food comes into like a stew that's almost like slow cooked. And oh my God, you're just, it's gotta be so good.
Yeah.
Good thing they don't have a channel, huh? Well, they might, but
yeah, I wish I could remember the guy's channel, but he literally, his channel is named after his grandmother in India.
Oh, okay.
And
watermelon cooking channel.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, it's not all watermelon, but I mean, that is one of the things that stands out in my head because it's so unusual. You don't see people here cooking in a watermelon, for Christ's sake. But when you think about it, the moisture in a watermelon once you gut it out is insane. And why don't we cook in a watermelon on an open fire? It's incredible. It's got to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's super interesting to me. So in any case, so
much good food out there.
So much good food and so many different ways to prepare food that all our different cultures are just so accustomed to. So when someone makes a video and introduces you to that, you're just like, okay, after you get over the initial, my mind is being blown right now with what you're doing, like, wow, that's got to be really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to try that. That is just interesting to me, you know?
Yeah.
And to me,
I couldn't watch anything like that. I'd be hungry constantly.
That's my point.
I stay away from it.
You know, as much as I listen to music and I love YouTube for the music, I also have an affinity for the food. Because you have to eat food. You have to eat food to live. And the way that different people prepare their food and their culture and everything is just so fascinating to me. Just certain ways you never thought of preparing. I've never thought of preparing certain things, and there's people that make videos from Moscow, for Christ's sake. And I'm like, wow. Well, I don't know. It just interests me, you know? So I think it's pretty cool. And I'm sure the boss is over there and knows many of these things. I just don't. No.
She's rewatching the royal wedding right now.
Oh my God, rewatching it. Oh, what is women's fascination with these weddings? Oh my God. Right? Women love weddings, don't they? They can't help themselves. They just love weddings.
Oh, yes.
You know, which is fine. I mean, that's what makes us move forward. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know, the women love different things than men, kind of instinctually, right? And that's
I love weddings. Weddings are great.
yeah. No,
Yay.
Yay! They got married, right? I think part of it is it's got to be the last royal wedding in forever, right? That's it.
Probably for quite a while. Yeah.
He's the last one. That's it. He's like number 453 in line for the crown, but that part don't matter because he's the last wedding that can happen in forever. That's it.
Quite a while.
Yeah, that's it. For at least 20 years. He's
20 years,
the last that can happen in some of our lifetimes.
The next royal event's going to be a royal funeral for the Queen. She's like 188 years old already. So
yeah, she's 500 years old. More than likely, we will see a royal funeral before we see another royal wedding.
Oh, we definitely will.
For most of us in our lifetime. That'll be what I have not seen even so much as a photo of this thing. I have heard about it. I've actually drinking a beer that is tributed to it, but I have not.
I honestly didn't know anything about it until Rajay mentioned it last night on a hangout.
Yeah,
and I'm oblivious. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. I'm oblivious. Let's talk about something else really quick. Mark, I know you're a subscriber to it as well. DirecTV came out with another update for the DirecTV Now app.
I haven't updated it yet. What's
all now have DVR and the new upgraded guide features.
Oh yeah, how are you liking that?
What do you think? What's your opinion, Mark?
I haven't upgraded yet, but I will. But if it includes DVR, and then what does the upgraded guide do? Does it give you better able to search?
Dude, okay. I literally only got. I mean, I don't have time for these things during the week, so I only have my weekend. And I think I've expressed to you guys, I've only. This is the first time I opened the DirecTV Now app in almost a month. I'm not even joking. And it wasn't necessarily because of the new features. It was because it was a Friday yesterday, and I got to see the Dan Patrick show. I like Dan Patrick.
Are you talking about the app on the phone or the actual guide on the TV?
Both. It's all the same thing. Whether you're, no matter the DirecTV Now app is, pretty similar across all platforms. So in any case, I opened the app initially on my iPad, and then of course I have my Apple TVs. But I opened it initially on the iPad. It has a built-in DVR feature, so now you can record anything you want, and they in the email they send you, they let you know that you can skip all the commercials and do all those sorts of things.
That's if you didn't have the record feature before. You just get it with the update.
The DirecTV Now, it's separate from DirecTV.
Oh.
If you have the DirecTV app, you might have different features than those of us that literally only have DirecTV Now.
Where do I update the app? Let me see.
Now on the on all Apple devices, it came natively. If you have everything updated automatically, it was already updated, and it had the little blue dot next to it.
Yeah.
And I'm all in on the Apple system. So my Apple TV had it, my iPad had it, my iPhone had it, everything had it automatically. So when I open it on the Apple TV, which is the big deal, of course you have the DVR feature. The one thing that I have not liked about DirecTV Now, that is, I can't speak for the regular DirecTV, just DirecTV Now, because it is very, very different. DirecTV Now, as those of you know, if you're a cord cutter, know that DirecTV Now was already one of the premium over-the-air type of subscription services, the best way to watch cable TV as a cord cutter. The biggest problem with it, though, even though the guide feature was one of the best features, one of the best guides of all of them, it still lacked a lot of information. Now they have color. So when you select some, maybe I can even show you. That would be better. Let me see. Maybe I can show you. But it has color.
TV now.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, let me see if it'll.
So you watch TV off the app then?
Off the app. That is, I don't have cable in this house. If you ever come to visit me, I will make that clear. I don't have cable. There's no cable in here. I'll give you my Wi-Fi code, and good luck.
That's right. That's right.
Because there's no.
Yeah, because I have DirecTV, and they updated the guide and all that stuff the other day, and I don't know. So far, I don't really like it because it seems more confusing to me. But that's just me. I don't know what other features I'm going to run into yet. I haven't really went through it, but
now, like I say, I don't know. What is this that's happening?
As of right now, I'm missing the old guide.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the guide that was in DirecTV Now before was very different. Let me see. Okay. Oh, HBO included in save on every DirecTV Now package. Oh, so now it's included in my package. Verify here.
Yeah.
So I have to verify my AT&T mobile number. That's what it. Now this is different than what I'm getting on the. And of course I'm doing this off camera, but it's very different than what I was getting on even the Apple TV, my iPad, or my iPhone.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to update the app on Fire TV.
And it's still working here. It's not. But I'll show you this screen at least. It's not really showing too much, but right now
it's on my phone.
It's sending me through this. So it's verify your AT&T mobile number and unlock the savings. So you might finally be seeing some rewards if you're an AT&T customer, which is what I am. You might be seeing some of the rewards of AT&T and DirecTV merging. Initially, I had gotten HBO for 12 months, and that ended a month or so ago. But maybe it's telling me to refresh the screen, so maybe that helps. It's still moving pretty slowly. I'm in this lock right now, but what's happening with the guide? It's in color now, so it looks similar to the way it did before. But when you go over a show, It comes in color. It gives you description. It shows a thumbnail of what the show is. It's much more descriptive. On the Apple TV, it even has different features than it does on the mobile. It goes a little bit more in depth. And then when you actually click on a show, it'll give you the option to record it, which is nice. So for a while now, you could save 30 minutes of a show. Now you can fully, in advance, record it, which is only in beta. And it's still a live beta to an extent as far as the email says. But it's a beta that's available to everybody.
So you can record the show off the phone and stuff now on the tablet.
It's recording it and putting it to the cloud. And I think everybody gets, I don't know, 20 gigs maybe. Or no, they put a time to it. It's 10 hours. I think everybody gets 10 hours or 20 hours.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to look at this email. Yeah. What's happening?
Yeah, it sounds
something like that. But the DirecTV Now app, and like I say, these are different products. It's just like HBO. If you have HBO Now or HBO, what's the other one? Go. There's HBO Go and HBO Now, and they're very different products. They look very, very similar, but they're different products depending on how you subscribe to HBO. And it's the same thing with DirecTV. You have DirecTV, and then you have DirecTV Now, which is a different product because you can either subscribe to DirecTV natively, the way a lot of people do, signing a contract, or you do it strictly online, like myself, and you're month to month, and you have DirecTV Now, and you're a total cord cutter. They're very different products. And I signed up for DirecTV Now when it first launched. So, you know what? Another thing happened, Mark. I got my latest statement for my credit card that I have on file with DirecTV now. And they took the tax out. So I'm getting charged, instead of 37 something, I'm getting charged a straight $35.
Oh, okay. So you're saving another $250.
Yeah, I'm even saving a little more cash. I think it was 37, I don't know, 36 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No, I got charged literally today. I got my email with the receipt today, and it was $35 even.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to even look for my receipt. Where was email that I got? Oh,
awesome! You got DirecTV Now.
Damn. Okay.
So the DVR is only available on web browsers and
Apple TV.
It's not available on Fire TV, which is what we use.
Oh. So then that's coming. So 20 hours. So everybody gets 20 hours of free, true cloud DVRs, what they say. So there it is. That's the answer.
I'm assuming they'll have Fire TV here pretty soon.
And local channels when you travel. So the local channels available in your local area, if you travel, they'll go with you. Which is a big feature for a lot of people, because a lot of people still want to see their local news or whatever the case may be. And now you'll be able to, well, like myself, I'm going to Atlanta in a couple weeks. When in Atlanta, I'll still be able to see my local channels here from Phoenix, if I wish. Up to 3 streams at once. So if you record something, whatever show it might be, let's say Seinfeld. Let's say Seinfeld. You tape Seinfeld. You'll be able to have 3 people streaming that same episode that you recorded at the same time.
Yep.
Oh, it looks like my mobile number isn't eligible. Damn it. No free HBO for me, man. So that's the way that goes. What are you going to do? Let me see. So where's the menu, man?
Oh, okay. So 72-hour look back is available. Oh, okay. That's on Fire TV, but the DVR isn't on Fire TV. Wow.
Huh. That's interesting.
72-hour look back's pretty cool. Have you tried that, Jeff?
Oh.
Go back in time 72 hours. When you go on the guide, I guess. Watch this from the guide or network list. Drop down arrow to select the previous day.
I'll be back. I gotta take a little break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the breakdown. I don't know. I don't know how it is on the app because I don't watch TV on my phone or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, I'll do Netflix, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. So you have
I really wouldn't have time to watch that type of stuff anyway.
Then Earth, you still have cable subscription?
Yeah, I got DirecTV.
Okay. All right.
And they updated the software, so the guide changed, and
okay.
Now when you look something up on your list, it has like an avatar or whatever it is, plus a big box with all the info in it. Kind of takes up like a fourth of the screen, which is kind of annoying for me.
Yeah.
And when you try to skip down, your page down or page up, it doesn't really end up in the spot you want it to. So
yeah.
I don't know. My first impression is I'm a little frustrated with it. I kind of wish I had it the way it was, but I'll get used to it.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to the other features it was telling me, so I just kind of got on and started using it. There might be something good about it. I'll catch up on it later.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm not getting the. Come on, man.
Huh.
I don't know. I feel the same way with social media. How the format is, everything just stacks on top of each other. You need like a bookmark where you can go back to where you were.
Yeah.
Because if you don't look at it every 10 minutes, you're buried and you got to dig out of it.
There's no way you're going to get through it. I mean, I stick in a couple times a day at most usually, and I miss you miss so much stuff.
I just can't keep up with that.
There's no way you can do it.
There should have been a better way to do it.
What are you guys talking about?
I was using social media as an example of how it stacks, like Facebook and Instagrams or whatever. You can't get back to the spot you were.
Yeah, there's no way to.
If you don't keep up with it every few minutes, that's why you see people buried in their phones all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They have to keep up, otherwise they get lost. They get buried.
I'm going to end the broadcast right now. We can continue this conversation offline or off recording, that is. So thank you to everybody that tunes in. I appreciate it. This was a pretty long episode here, but thank you to everybody that tunes in. If you want to email me, you can email me, joedreviews@gmail.com. Thank you to Fullers for sending this 10-year-old vintage ale. Man, I appreciate it very much. We will see you guys next week. No show the week after, don't forget. We'll see you guys. Peace out.